Hello and hey, this is Zerogokin Reviews, and today we are looking at something that's not just pure evil. No, it's much worse. It's double evil. Because today we are looking at the hobby toys. Wait, no. Fans toys. That's also not it. Fans hobby. There you go. Double evil. Which is a third-party version of one of my favorite Transformers, Overlord. Whilst originating from the 1988 Transformers Masterforce series, the big blue boy has made a resurgence in modern Transformers media. But I don't know shit about that, and to be honest, neither do I care to. Not after what they did to Star Saber, and this looks like dog shit. At least Godmasters was, like, really stupid in a fun way.
何をするリバースコンボイコンボイだと違うな真の名は暗黒の魔王リバースメガトロントランスフォーム騙していたの
In Super God Masterforce, Overlord is sort of our main antagonist, but not really the Decepticon leader because the actual leader is too ballsy of a bastard. He's so bad, he's got his own theme about how he's bad, bad, bad. Guys, he's a ball. Why did you bother? To be fair, this song rules. Also, he later possesses Black Zarok, making him not voiced by Banjo Ginga. Which I took personally. You know what's not a ball? Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, there's an actual sponsor for this video. Somehow. Today, I'm going to tell you about Raid Shadow Legends, the PvE PvP RPG with graphics that won't make your phone explode because that would be bad, and over 700 unique champions. Collect all the big burly men, and I'm contractually obligated to not be misogynistic. However, they didn't say anything about misandry. I got nothing. Honestly, I only care about what's on the inside, which is skeletons. If there's something I like about this game, it's that you can recruit the second objectively best fantasy race into your party. Join millions of players in defending Orcmanity against this heinous beast. The Hydra has 6 heads, and you're gonna make him regret having all of them. But maybe you think it's cute. Well, even if it hurts, don't you want to put the head of suffering out of its misery? And I don't think that the head of blight, torment, and wrath are good dating material. They're abusive, and the first guy's even toxic. Maybe you could fool around with the head of mischief, but only in a literal sense. Lastly, but not at all leastly, the head of decay gives really bad self-help advice, which I think we can all agree is pretty cringe and worthy of death. It's actually a very popular opinion, so popular that not only can you do it yourself, you can get the whole clan in on it. Not just that, but you're gonna be competing with other clans too. But as for anything in life and video games, you have to look the part. Defend the glory of your people whilst donning the special Stagnite skin designed by JonTron. New players can just enter in the promo code and get it for free. With all this exciting stuff and more coming to Raid, if you haven't started playing it, then what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get insane bonuses. We're talking an epic champion knight errant and other useful things. Once you're in and crushing your enemies, come find me under the name ZeroBroken69, and if you're fast enough, you can join my clan. So just hit my link in the description and I'll see you on the battlefield. Overlord is the primary opposition to our main guy, Jin, not Optimus, Rai. I find it a bit strange that this guy is the evil one, despite Jinrai being the one with the white van full of children. It's no wonder one of the Jinrai toys you could buy was a pair of handcuffs. Ho-ho, you get 2 boxes, ooh. My affection for this character is entirely superficial and vibes-based. You could say that about my opinion of Transformers in general. In his 1992 book, Gary Chapman coins the theory of love languages, which is essentially the idea that people have differing ways of expressing and experiencing love, in a way that can be understood as a form of language. The 5 languages he proposes are words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. But my love language is cool robots, and boy, is Overlord a cool-ass robot. Look at him! For some reason it took me a while to figure this out, but I think the reason I love Overlord might be because the design gives me Raoh vibes. Wow, Zerogokin brings up Fist of the North Star, something he never does. Overlord, much like Raoh, is a muscular chunkster who's stoic and imposing. While not the largest guy out there, he towers over those directly opposing him. However, unlike my boy, this figure is doing the opposite of neck-maxing, an unstimulating lack of necking, practically non-existent, which is, I guess, accurate, and is a shame, because we here at the Gokin program stan a king who is necked to the teeth. If that doesn't make sense, this won't either. Visually, I'd say this figure is double evil, but half good. To help you understand, let me put this into a simple list. Things I like. Things I don't like. The upper half of this is quite good. The lower half looks like
ass.
But not in the good way. Okay, it's not that bad, but what is this shit? His thighs must have run off to the fucking Bumblebee movie. Forget legs for days. Guys' thighs be just living in the moment. Thighs aside, lower legs aren't particularly objectionable, kibble is minimal, presence is great. Criticizing the negative space here would be petty. A real criticism comes from how these feet make me cringe. Not only do they look weird, but they're rather unstable. There's just not a lot of relative contact area for such a sizable lab. Upper half though, fucking great. Aside from the neck. And the back kibble is not perfect, but I can't say I find it particularly egregious, especially considering he originally rocked a fucking airplane runway, unironically. I guess he still does, but it's mostly a storage thing. These are also minorly distracting, but unlike Jinrai being minorly attracted, it's not really noteworthy. The face is great. Probably the best figure representation of him. Look at those delicious but imposing lips. He really is a Fist of the North Star character. Overlord originally had his nipples just hanging out in the open. I don't know which iteration these came from, but I do like the inclusion of some white titties for me to slap around. Although, I don't mind the look of these opened and would have appreciated if they were removable. I probably should have brought this up earlier. I absolutely love the colors of Overlord. The dark blue is imposing, the white is surgical, the purple is menacing. And this figure portrays them very fucking well. Further facilitated by the fact, Articulation is quite good, as a masterpiece class ideally should be. Being a rather large one, there are a lot of ratchet joints. The leg bend does, however, exacerbate the disparity between the thighs and the rest of the leg. Otherwise, downsides are mostly design limitations, as you can see for yourself. This gun is fun, or I guess more accurately, very satisfying. Yeah, that's it. But wait, there's more. Unfortunately for me, the person who sold this bundled it with the add-on set, so let's talk about that. Replacing the faceplates is weirdly involved. And for what? These look like he has, like all of us, autism, which I have to assume IDW Overlord does. He also treads carefully and carries a big gun. I don't hate it, I might even like it, but I'm good. It can also fire bullets, which I guess is neat. To complete the IDW look, you get these, which generally this isn't bad. However, I think he looks better with at least something on his chest to break things up, whether that be the Godmasters or the white panels. Speaking of which, once you've unearthed his inverted nipples, if you give them a firm press, you'll stimulate him into further revealing himself, and these abs are to die for. His nipples are Mega and Giga. Giga is the male-presenting nipple, and Mega is the female-presenting nipple. Put in more visually descriptive terms, Mega is a sexy witch mommy, and Giga is Lu Bu. Honestly, this might be a bit racist, but they look like Dynasty Warriors characters if they bothered to stop drawing at some point. It's like, what the fuck is this, a Megaforce? I also think that the post-Masterforce non-Iacon mode thing is pretty cool looking, and in figure form, despite the Godmasters not being a well thought out gimmick to begin with, here they actually look proportional in enough of the right places. I think they look really good. Because the back is die-cast, they don't remain in place, which is fitting. Because according to the Super God Masterforce showrunner, Mega and Giga are our Adam and Eve. And Devil Z is the snake that tempts them into disobeying the word of God and consuming the forbidden fruit, casting them out of the Garden of Eden. See? Look! Snake! I'll give you a hint, it's this right here. This would be a good time for an Adam and Eve sponsorship. Unfortunately, I heard they kinda suck, and not in the contextually appropriate way. Putting aside metaphysical metaphors, in the show, Mega and Giga are nice people, but they support bad things and have bad ambitions. Like my relatives, but cooler and more likable. My relatives also don't own military vehicles, as far as I know, but these two do. Let's talk about them, which of course involves talking about the transformation. My boy can become a jet and a tank, which are basically every modern Megatron alt mode. Shush. But unlike Blitzwing, he's both at the same time. Overlord is a combiner, but isn't like the others. Hashtag not like other girls. The parts don't become individual robots because Overlord is Overlord. I was kinda hoping that Megatank Commander accidentally fell onto a landmine because it'd be funny. Unfortunately, this is Gigatank and Megajet, not the other way around. Gigatank is a very appropriate name. It's the tank version of a Giga Chad, except I don't know how that makes sense, and I just think this is really nice. Worth the fucked up thighs and feet? No. Still, it's fucking cool. I do enjoy all the delicious little features this has. You can pull out a missile launcher.
It gets bigger when I pull.
You can even pull out the missile launcher missiles.
Top loads.
The treads can turn.
That turns me.
And you can place Giga in the cockpit.
Take it, boy!
Is this a functional tank design? I neither know, nor do I care. The colors do distinguish it from a more realistic tank, which I think adds to its charm. But, you know how this is really sleek and cohesive? Yeah, you can ruin that. Megajet is the worst of the two, and by that I mean it's absolutely fine, probably pretty good even. Like, sure, you can see his tits from below, but holy shit, you actually get relatively normal-looking landing gear. Mega can be placed in the Mega Jet. It's almost like it was made for her. Unless I missed it, something this should be able to do is combine with Giga Tank. A different way. I never took Giga as a bottom. I don't think you can double on with these, however, you can balance the chest panels on the side of Giga Tank for a pseudo double on. You shouldn't do this, but it is something you could do. Don't. While we're talking about transformations, he can also turn into a base. But there's a problem with that mode, as in, I really don't care about it. If you think that's unbased of me, you would be correct. Aqua, Mazinger, Shin. Over. Overall, this is an unlicensed product, therefore I will not recommend it. However, it is your money, and you can do what you want with it.
I want you to remember one thing. You're a boy in a man's world. And I'm a man who loves to play with boys. What the? No, wait a minute. Shut up. Hold on, no. Shut up, hold on a second.
That's about it, thank you to the patrons. This patron is more than meets the eye, because being a fucking dumbass is not a visual descriptor. Of course, thank you to Photon Lab Reviews for their recording contributions. Also, thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video. And don't forget to use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get raid with some bonuses. And I'll see y'all next time.